Yo, what is up, my dudes? It's your boy Skinny Penis, and I hope you had a happy holiday and a good New Year's, and you didn't get drunk and fucking kill someone. By the way, if you drink and drive, you're a piece of shit. Eat my entire ass. Today, I got something special for you guys, an interview with the blackened deathcore band Vile Revelation. These dudes are from Missouri, but they traveled out of state to play a couple of shows in the surrounding area, and they stopped through Oklahoma. While they were here, we got to sit down with them for a little while. We talked about how the band formed, who they are, what influences them, and their future plans for next year. I'm not going to bullshit with you guys. Let's get right into the interview with Vile Revelation.
Put your pussy lips on live, I'll give you $1,000.
No, I forgot I was going to have my laptop right in front of me for this like I always do, so I wrote these by hand.
Yeah, smoked weed and wrote all the questions down on a piece of paper.
Forgot it was 2020 and went back to 1990.
Shut up, Alex. To go ahead and get this going, why don't each of you say your name and what you do for the band?
I'm Brandon. I do vocals.
I'm Isaac. I play lead guitar.
I'm Gaten, and I play rhythm guitar.
Alright. Thank you guys for coming down. Where y'all from again?
Missouri.
Missouri?
I'm from Columbia, Missouri.
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 Okay.
Age.
Alright. So, well, I guess we'll start from the beginning. How did you all meet? When did the band form?
So me and Caden had a band. This would have been February of last year, right?
I think so.
We had a band. We were both in high school. He's still in high school.
Yeah.
We had a band, and we used to jam at my mom's hair salon, right?
Okay.
After hours. So that was our jam space. And it didn't work out. We couldn't find a vocalist. We lived in a pretty rural area. No vocalist. No metal scene. So we're looking online. Can't find anybody. So we end up disbanding because we have a bunch of music. We can't do nothing with it. And I'm in the deathcore metalcore group on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? I'll just shoot some out there, see if somebody. So I make a post. I'm like, hey, I got songs. I'm looking for vocalists, looking for a band, whatever. And Brandon happens to comment on it. And I looked at his profile and it said he was from Sedalia, Missouri, which is like 3 hours from where I live. I'm like, we can make it work. We're gonna have to make it work because he's the only other person in Missouri that plays metal. So, and then just kind of took it from there.
So, how long ago was that, you said?
January.
That was probably December, January of last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are fairly new
fresh,
band.
fresh.
Because, anytime a band comes my way, like, even if it's just, like, they want a reaction or whatever, I try to find out exactly how much they have, and I couldn't find squat on you guys, other than, like, 2 singles and that EP that had just come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I figured either, you guys were new, or you were one of those weird fucking bands that refuse to have a YouTube presence until you're forced to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why there are all these bands, they're complaining they can't get their fucking Caveman Slam project off the ground, but they won't put their music anywhere except on Bandcamp where you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And like then you pay for it and it's all toilet noises, and I'm just like,
You know how bad.
You paid for it.
I would pay for it.
oh, I've paid for less for sure, but I'm just like, especially like, there's not a lot of people who are just gonna pay to hear a band they've never heard.
Yeah.
Especially extreme metal, since a lot of them kind of sound the same. So
There's no guarantee that it'll be good.
right, exactly. So you guys are pretty much the metal scene of Missouri, from what it sounds like. So
At least Central Missouri.
okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that you guys can kind of speak for everybody. What are your biggest influences that influence the sound over there?
Aversion's Crown. Worm Shepherd, for sure.
A lot of Aversion's Crown. A lot of Worm Shepherd too. They inspired a lot of our new album that we're writing now.
Right.
Angel Maker.
I personally take a lot of inspiration from Angel Maker. I love Angel Maker, especially the Sentient. Anything else is But I took a lot of inspiration from the Sentient on this new album. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Didn't y'all have a feature from Wormshifter's vocalist on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was insane, yeah.
Yeah, I remember like listening to it. I'm like, that's because
Yeah, we have the lyrics for that feature on the back of the shirt.
Yeah.
Abandon all hope. That's pretty sick.
Nice.
And we just got these printed.
I was wondering if y'all had merch because I didn't see any like on site anywhere. I was like, man. But black and deathcore bands always have really cool merch, even if their music is so. Like their merch is always really cool. But that is a sick shirt.
I can send you, we have like a mock-up of what we have right now.
Okay, cool. Cool. So a Virgin's Crown and
I would say a Virgin Crown and
Worm Shepherd.
Those
Okay.
two.
Those are like the two primary.
I mean, that's a cool blend in itself. Both of those are sick. So when people listen to y'all's music, is there a message that you guys are trying to push out there, or like is it just whatever you feel in the moment?
I'd say that's
So, do you want to tell a story about losing the lyrics?
Yes.
Oh,
Alright,
story
so
time.
this is
Okay.
great, right? So we're all set up to record on a weekend. We have one day picked out to record all the
6 songs.
EP except that.
It's 5 songs, yeah.
Yeah. So I have all my lyrics written up. Like I'm ready to go night before. I'm leaving Columbia to go to where he lived. And I'm going to pull it up to do run-throughs on my notepad app. No notepad app. Like gone. Doesn't exist. Open my Play Store. It's not there. No, none of the files on my phone files.
Oh shit!
So
He was freaking out.
he was freaking out.
out.
That's an understatement. I'm like, I can't even write here. Like, thankfully, we were donated some lyrics from Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Justin was one of the guys that we worked with in our first band. And we had a lot of stuff that we got made. We had a logo, we had an album cover, we had 2 single covers, everything pretty good. We couldn't get vocals recorded for it, but we had lyrics. So I hit up our own vocalist and I was like, hey, we just lost all the lyrics that we wrote. So I was like, you still have the lyrics that you wrote for it? He was like, yeah, I got them. And he was looking into starting a new band at that time. I don't. So I traded him all of our artwork for the old band. Traded him all the artwork. I don't think I gave him anything else than that. Gave him the logo and 3 covers for 5 songs with the lyrics. And then when we started recording them, the lyrics did not fit the songs at all. So we just had to like mix and match lyrics from different songs to make the instrumentals we had work.
Right.
So
So
that's the EP lyrics.
you never found them?
No,
They were just fucking gone.
Yep. Thankfully, I have the new one saved. But and then we had a single just come out called "Beneath the Chapel of Misery," and that was kind of a take on a sleep paralysis demon, but
Okay.
told in the story, kind of like a Blair Witch vibe,
Okay.
like imagery on it. So that's what we're going for on that.
So you guys do a lot of storytelling stuff with your music?
I'm more of an emotional journey
Okay.
of hate. That's
Our full length is a concept album.
Okay.
So, yes.
that one. Sure, that one.
Well,
You're spoiled. Spoilers.
well, I mean, if you guys want to talk about it, we can go ahead and just talk about the upcoming album. That's not going to ruin anything I got.
Cool with that.
So tell me about it. They said it's a concept album. What's it about?
So we're doing a concept album, and the concept is a take on Paradise Lost. But instead of it being heaven and hell and earth, the Garden of Eden is a star system. This album is in space, right?
Okay, bet.
Eden is a star system, and the capital is called Ishtar. One of the tracks on the album is called "Upon the Gates of Ishtar."
Basically.
And then, so a bunch of bad stuff happens. I don't want to spoil it. A bunch of bad stuff happens, and the universe gets destroyed.
That's the progression of the whole.
That's the concept album.
Just the end of all we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the instrumentals do a lot of telling that story, because as you get into the album, you'll be able to tell the instrumentals just have a different vibe towards the end of them.
Right.
Yeah, I think that dynamic for a concept album can really help tell a full story.
Right.
Like the second to last song on the album is just a slam song. There's nothing else in it. It's just a slam song.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, and just the songs just get progressively grosser, and as the album goes on,
And then it
as
resolves.
there's no resolve.
There's no result.
No.
No result.
Well, it's the end of existence.
Yeah,
there's not really a lot of
Damn.
not really a lot of resolve there.
The last 5 minutes is just.
Just because you can't argue doesn't mean it's something.
Yeah.
One of the things I've noticed, especially about there's a lot of black and deathcore bands out, especially since Lorna Shore, Carnifex have like not only stayed in popularity but increased in popularity as they've continued to release music. I feel like there's a lot of black and deathcore bands that are only focusing on like the deathcore side and then using like the instrumental side of it in as far as black metal. But black metal is a very emotional genre, and it's like a missed opportunity because they're only utilizing the anger of deathcore when there's like so many other things with black metal that they could be tapping into. And do you guys feel like you tap into the black metal side a lot more than some of the other bands maybe do?
On the EP, I would say no. No, that EP was just kind of thrown together.
Okay.
I wrote it when I was 17.
How old are you now?
I'm 18.
So there's been a very serious age progression since
Yes.
then.
Yes. Keep in mind, we've been a band for a year.
Right.
But the songs have gotten a lot better.
Right.
I'll tell you that. And I think on the newer stuff, you'll find a lot more black metal. A lot more black metal influence than just your standard deathcore stuff.
Yeah. Well, I ain't even gonna lie. When he told me it was black and deathcore, I kind of like, oh, good. And 'cause I get sent a lot of it, and they all kind of sound like, Lorna Shore.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to it. I'm like, this is a lot more deathcore than black metal, but this actually has black metal elements to it.
Yeah.
It's not just the instrumentals.
Why is that?
I listen to a lot of black metal.
I think a lot of these dudes writing black and deathcore don't even listen
Never.
to black metal, and that's why it just sounds so
Sterile.
yeah.
That's
Not black metal.
No, it
just doesn't have the atmosphere that a more blackened sound would have.
yeah. That's I've only recently gotten into black metal because I saw a Dark Funeral for the first time when they were
Yeah.
touring with Cannibal, and that made me actually want to look at black metal a little closer. And one of the black metal musicians here, who's a friend of mine, he was telling me it's a lot about the atmosphere with black metal. It's not not so much. I lost my train of words, but you know what I'm saying. It's a very atmospheric, emotional genre as opposed to just pure anger or aggression or face melting riffs and that kind of stuff. So is this the first time you guys have like gigged out of state?
Yeah. This is definitely the farthest we've been. We've played in Kansas a couple times.
Right.
But in Kansas City, so it's still pretty much Missouri.
Yeah.
But technically in Kansas, but we don't really consider that out of state. I mean, that's pretty much home.
Yeah.
Kansas
Right.
City's basically home for us.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely the farthest we've been. First time out of state, really doing it.
And where did y'all play yesterday?
We played in Houston yesterday
In Houston?
at Trip 6. Yep.
Okay, cool. I've heard of that venue. I haven't been there.
It's
It's
really
so
awesome.
sick.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Texas has an awesome metal scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got to experience it.
So, as you said with your first EP, it was a lot more, it wasn't as black metal as, you would have wanted. So, with this next album, are we expecting a lot more black metal influence on the music?
A lot more.
I would say we're doing a lot of not blackening the deathcore parts, but having like a black metal section and a deathcore section where they're more split.
Yeah, in some songs it's definitely like that. I just love taking a deathcore riff and putting orchestral on it.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds so good. It just makes it sound so much better than a guitar alone could ever sound. I mean, in my opinion.
Right. No, I wish more people were using them right, but like orchestral metal has always been really, really cool to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of bands who call themselves symphonic metal just because they program some keys over there. And I honestly, the only band I really consider symphonic metal would probably be like Fleshbound.
I was thinking
Yeah.
Fleshbound.
Because I mean, they've got the full setup.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're not just programming everything.
Yeah.
Those are people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they got a crazy setup going on
sure.
there.
they're going on tour next year, and they're coming to the Texas area. I think I'm gonna travel down. I want to see them. They're not gonna fucking come to Oklahoma. Nobody fucking comes here.
Nobody comes to Missouri.
I say that like we didn't just have Cannibal Corpse here, but it seems like half the tours I want to go, they skip.
Some kid was stealing down on our shirt.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
It was in St. Louis, Missouri.
It was. That was at the Red Flag.
Technicalities.
So after you guys formed, how long do you think you were jamming together before you started playing shows?
Ooh, we didn't play shows for a little bit.
We didn't really. We only had like 3 practices.
Yeah. I don't even know if we had that many.
It might have been 2 or 3 practices.
And then you just jumped right into the show?
Yeah.
But we run click tracks so we can all practice at home.
Right.
Comfortably to it. So then when you all get together, it's
When everybody knows their parts, you don't really need to practice it. You have to practice as a band. You have to do that. But when you know your part on your own and you can play it to a click track,
right,
you'll probably be fine. That's if you don't have a drummer. If you have a drummer, things become a little more complicated. But
and so Brandon, you said you live like 3 hours away from the rest of the band?
only an hour now.
Okay, only an hour. Okay. See, because I've had band members that lived really far away, and they can't always practically make it 2 or 3 times a week for a practice, so you got to make the most out of what you get. But I'm glad that y'all can actually play to a click track though, because
we would have a real rough time without a click.
yeah,
I mean, hell, I was guilty of it up until like the last year or 2. I didn't have any idea how to play with one, but the bands who don't ever practice with them and then they flop live because they can't hear one person. It's just
yeah.
Yesterday my click went out, so I took out my in-ears and I did pretty good without the click, so I'm pretty happy about that. But I practice without a click all the time. So you guys are gonna make me practice with click.
So while we're on the topic of your shows, tell me how your first show went. How was that?
This was without me.
Our first show was really good.
Yeah, our first show, insane.
We played in Joplin, Missouri. Probably one of the biggest stages we played on, and that was our first show ever.
Right.
There was a good turnout. We played through the EP all the way, and played the new single before it came out, and we covered Krukabanger.
Close.
Everybody's seen us play it. We covered Krukabanger. We're gonna re-record that and drop it here pretty soon. So we play that.
Yeah.
That shows because people like Chelsea Green. So
For some reason.
I mean, it's Chelsea Green.
yeah,
So.
you can't go wrong. And of course, we blacken it up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
Down tune it a little more. Just give it a modern touch.
What tuning do y'all play in anyway?
So the EP is all in drop A,
Mm-hmm.
except for one song which is in B standard. But on the new single and all the new album is in drop G.
Bet.
Song 10 is in drop E on an A string.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, because that's the last song.
Just
Yeah,
I guess
Keep in
just
mind, the
fuck the
universe,
bass player,
the
I guess.
universe just exploded, right?
Right.
We're playing an A string.
So we're playing Fall.
Imagine tactical nuke, but like slowed down.
I recently learned that there's plugins and shit that will let you go down tuning on a whim.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we played one of our songs in like drop G or drop D1 or some stupid like that.
Mhm.
It was so fun. it sounded cool, but I didn't know you could just do that with a click now. So I'm very technology like just illiterate. So I barely understand how this works. And I edit my own videos, so that says a lot to how far I've come. But yeah, I'm not good with technology. And then Alex comes in and he like hits 2 buttons and fixes all my problems.
Yeah.
It's like, so
Pretty you when I'm trying to repulse.
yeah, Alex is also our engineer in the band too. So I mean, he kind of does everything. So one of the reasons we keep him around is despite the fact he can't stop hurting himself.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, we segue off and on here. That's just kind of how we do things.
Revive it.
Violent.
I just cut to this call.
So you were telling me a little off camera about how your last show was an interesting experience because of the band you played with. Why don't we talk about that?
So we played with 5. We played with 5 slam bands last night.
Okay.
4 slam bands and a deathcore band.
Okay.
With slam.
So slamming deathcore.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All insane.
All the bands were really good.
Right.
Like we walked off and we were like,
Yeah. Like one song or one band in, I'm trying to decapitate Caden like in the middle of the set.
Yeah.
it was a fun night.
Where at?
So you were
in
the-
Houston?
Trip 6.
That's right.
So you were the only not slamming band in the room.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have slammed.
There's some.
We are not slamming though.
No, I mean, yeah, you definitely have some slammy parts, but I wouldn't categorize you with the slam bands.
It's just kind of the,
Oh, I forgot a word.
it's like the polar opposite. The contrast. So like the melodic parts.
Okay.
So it's like a good contrast to go from like big and epic to just grungy and mud people, just mud crap people.
Yeah.
Crab people. Hell yeah.
Songs of my people.
That kind of contrast can make a breakdown so much heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a song that's all chugs and slams and then you play a breakdown, it's,
Yeah.
you add some dynamic in there,
Mhm.
then your breakdown is way bigger.
Yeah. Like you could make an entire song of breakdowns and stuff heavier than the one slam or breakdown you're using, but that one just sounds so big because
Yeah.
the contrast.
Right. So y'all felt weird being the only non-slammy band of any kind, really.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was a little awkward. I was violent.
It was.
I mean, were y'all well received that night? I mean, because I told you where I played that show where we were the only non-black metal show. Those people didn't want to interact with us.
Yeah.
It was like on and off.
Right.
Like there wasn't a whole lot of people watching like steady through the whole thing, but we'd get waves of people come in.
There'd be we play a breakdown and some people would come in and then they'd leave.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what does Vile Impregnation that's a different
I
band.
knew it. I knew it was coming.
That's another band. Oh no, I actually wrote that.
They just get up and leave.
No, there's another video I'm doing right now, and Vile Impregnation is part of it. So and that one requires a fuck ton of editing. So I've been dealing with that part, and then you got another band that starts with Vile, and
Yeah.
mix it up with a lack of sleep, and then the nap that I just had that kind of changed my life, and yeah, I get things a little mixed up. But
It's like there weren't that many vile bands, and then they all come.
well, it's like a band with the name ending in ectomy. I mean,
I'm probably gonna listen to it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, how many bands end with ectomy though? Because I mean, Larry Wang has one that just.
That's
Larry Wang started one called Gingivectomy that has some stuff coming out here pretty soon. Yeah. But it's like his
Yes.
ninth project.
yeah.
So we're starting a side project.
Oh yeah.
Solely for us to be able to do slam. It's called Ectogasm. Ooh. It's gonna be anime slam.
Anime
Trap Slam. Yeah, there's gonna be trap beats.
Okay.
It's gonna be insane. We're just gonna do it to do it. Just because we.
Well, when that's ready, you send that my way. Okay.
It's all the members of Violent Revelation.
Plus our merch.
Plus the merch guy, the drip dispenser, 808 technician.
Mm.
He's gonna jump on the mic with me.
Okay.
So
It's gonna be cool.
it's also
This might be a little off topic from what we've been talking about. What was the inspiration for the name Vile Revelation?
Should I be honest about it?
100%.
Yeah, just be honest.
Inferi has an album called Vile Genesis.
Yeah, I've got the hat over there.
And I was like, well, Genesis is the first book in the Bible, right? Well, Revelation is the last of the book. We're gonna be Vile Revelation. I was sitting in government class, senior year. Vile Revelation. That's it.
I mean, it sounds cool.
He said it, and I went, "Yeah, that's the one." Well, it's Revelations at first.
There was an S on the end at first.
Okay.
I think our Facebook page still has the S on
The tag.
Let's do it.
I mean, everyone feels like they gotta have like the deeper meaning behind their band name. Like our band name
I'll
is
be
fucking
honest about it,
Pyres.
man.
Like yeah, our band name is Pyres. Okay, like do you think there was a deeper meaning behind that? No, we just thought it sounded cool.
That's how you name a band.
Yep. Oh, we ain't even gonna talk about the band names I came up with when I was in high school.
That is my favorite.
Plural noun band.
My
names.
favorite band is Plural Nouns.
Plural noun.
Life form.
Lifeform's
I've listened to way too much new music. Like the last 2 days, I don't remember anything.
You don't remember anything. Your brain's melting.
I listened to Slam all day yesterday.
You sit in the car thinking of Slam riffs over and over again.
It sounds like my existence, dude. It's like people between all the music that people send me and all the music, I'm just like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? I don't remember half of what I listen to.
I'll remember, if it's good, I'll add it to my playlist.
Yeah, exactly.
Rarely.
But it's got to stand out, and there's plenty of Slam.
I won't add it to
that
my
doesn't-
playlist unless it's something that I actually listen to.
Yeah.
He's got me for Slam.
I don't listen to Slam on my own.
Okay, so what does Vile Revelation have planned for next year? 'Cause this year's about wrapped up.
So, we're planning our album drop around March next year.
Okay.
Other than that, we have a couple shows scheduled. We're hoping to tour next year, but there's nothing set up or anything.
Right.
That's just kind of
It's a goal.
a goal, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now we're just really pushing this album, trying to get it done, ready to go.
So right now your main focus is after this will just be getting the album
Yeah,
ready.
we
to
don't
go.
have another show until April.
No, we have March with convalescence. I think January 14th.
I don't get told about all of our shows.
He doesn't read about it.
No, I don't read about it.
As long as you show up and you know your parts, I mean, that's what's important, right?
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, go give Vile Revelation a follow. Keep an eye out for that new upcoming album. And once again, I want to say thank you to the dudes in Vile Revelation for taking the time to come and talk with me. I know they were all exhausted from their run that they were doing, and it was an absolute pleasure to have them all over and to chit-chat with them for a little bit and talk shop. Be sure to follow them so you can catch all their newest releases and updates and whatnot. And if you know of another band that we should have on the channel to come discuss and interview and whatnot, go ahead and comment that down below. I will see you kids at the next one. Papa Skinny Penis out.